Well, absolutely profoundly moving moment for the world as it's really bidding farewell to Pope Francis. We've seen tributes really coming far and wide, and also right in South Africa as well. We saw President Ramaphosa really saying that the Pope really stood for inclusion and really talking about very, very important values, but really to reflect on South Africa and really just a message to the world in light of this tragedy. We're joined by the Deputy Minister for the International Relations and Cooperation, Mr. Botes. Once again, thank you so much indeed, sir, for your time. So by all accounts, a very somber moment for the world, but also celebrating a very rich legacy left behind by Pope Francis, a first for Southern Hemisphere, but also from Latin America for Global South. Just your immediate reaction, Deputy Minister.
Well, Kaya, let's exemplify the message by President Ramaphosa that indeed South Africa and the Global South has lost a key interlocutor as it relates to the difficulties that humanities currently are experiencing. That relates obviously to the role of the Pontiff as it relates to peace resolution, peace diplomacy. He was the first when it was quite difficult in Sudan and in South Sudan to engage with the leadership around conflict resolution. You would recall a few years back the Pope visited the Great Lakes region, in particular the DRC, where he pleaded for the unification of the DRC people. So the analysis from our side is that the Pope and the Roman Catholic Church provided quite unique leadership, not only to Catholics, not only to Christian communities, but to the rest of the world.
Deputy Minister, we know that one of his really last message was around the long-lasting peace in the Middle East, calling the situation in the enclave in Gaza as a very, very deplorable situation. We know that you took Israel to the ICJ, but also calling for Hamas to release the hostages. This is something that South Africa has really been championing for some time, about those atrocities that are still, even to this day, being conducted in Gaza.
Yes, Kaya, Pope Francis indeed has done the world significant of good. He was not only a religious leader, but as head of the Vatican City, he executed his passion for social justice. He erred on the side of the hopeless. He was quite instructive that in relation to the conflict in the Middle East, that ultimately Palestine self-determination, cessation of the conflict should actually be advocated for. So as the South African government, we draw inspiration from the fortification of how this great Pontiff, the 266th Pope, has provided clarity of thought. He really was an instrument of humanity, a catalyst of hope. And today we bid farewell with the millions of Catholics, the millions of people across the world in awe of what it means to personify humanity. He was really the personification of humanity, and you would recall the hashtag Twitter, the People's Pope. The poorest of the poor could uniquely identify with the person of Pope Francis.
Before we let you go, Deputy Minister, we saw during this past week, we had President Zelensky right in South Africa meeting with President Ramaphosa. And we know that the issue of Russia-Ukraine conflict, the Pope again was very vocal about the resolution of these conflicts, given the very impacts, in the global economy and many other aspects as well. And we know for South Africa, the peaceful resolution of such wars and conflict as well.
Yes, Minister Lamola aptly captured our perspective that we are a bridge builder in relation to the conflict between the Russian Federation and the Republic of Ukraine. The African Peace Initiative, as pivoted by President Ramaphosa and other heads of states and of government of Africa, is quite key and critical. So we are confident that the discussions that President Ramaphosa had with both President Zelensky, President Putin and President Trump would ultimately bring about a cessation of hostilities, a lasting ceasefire and negotiations, because where there is a difficulty, we must resolve the difficulty with the warring parties